Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Commuters podcast. I am Austin Cairns here on Zoom with my good friend Nicholas Brown. We are side by side once more for yet another episode. And ladies and gentlemen, today is actually going to be our final Zoom episode for a couple of weeks here on the Steel City Commuters podcast because myself and Nick has been continuing to live by the Summer of Grind motto, and we have been putting out a lot of content and getting a lot of content in the vault for the weeks to come. We're going to talk a little bit about that towards the end of the episode, but before we get into that, Nick, my good friend, love to see the Ocean City, Maryland shirt on. I'm rocking the Pens today. I've been there a couple years ago. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. How's everything treating you there in New Kensington, though?
Everything's going well. So excited that we're going to be taking a break from Zoom and going to be showcasing some of the talent and some of our lovely, lovely friends that we get to call friends that we actually get to share with the world. We're not going to spoil them, but I'm tired of Zoom, and honestly, we need a break from Zoom.
We do. The Zoom time constraints can be a little much. It's nice at times because we like to talk a lot, but it's getting to a point now where we need to just kind of take a break. We need to get back in person. I hate being in the corner of my bedroom. I know you probably hate the same. Let's get out of here. Let's actually go in the city, enjoy ourselves a little bit. But before we get into that, I mean, there's a lot to talk about, man. I mean, I had a busy ass weekend. You had a busy ass weekend. We're both gonna have busy weeks coming up with both of our vacations pending. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I guess you give us a little weekend recap. How was your weekend? Anything fun or interesting you do at all?
Oh my God, I gotta remember what I did this weekend. My God, time flies so much. You're lucky I can remember what I had for dinner last night, let alone this weekend.
I had sloppy joes, homemade.
Did you? I had sloppy joes Saturday night.
Oh snap! Won't you look at that? My mom
Oh,
makes the
I
homemade.
had a grad party this weekend. Oh God.
We did have a grad party.
Oh
I was
my
there for like an hour.
oh my God.
How about you talk about that grad party for a sec? How was the grad party? Good
Sorry,
God.
okay, that I can't even remember that your grad party just happened. I feel so terrible as a friend. Yeah, call me a best friend. You're lucky if I can remember when I last saw you. No, Saturday's grad party was very good out in Cecil. It was hot. It was worth it though. Um, I will say I got to meet Carrie for the first time. That's always a highlight. And of course,
South
hanging with,
Carey.
yes, W. Carey, hanging with you, Kev, Connor, meeting some of Lucas's friends, Connor, Ethan, Nick. We had a good time. It was a good weather. We had lots of cornhole, and of course, I destroyed you. So what else is new?
You forgot Mr. Jack Dean.
Oh, and Jack Dean. I'm so bad with names. Sorry, Jack. How could I ever forget you? Jack showing up in an all-America costume like Uncle Sam was the funniest part. And when you were leaving, he was literally coming at you at like 50 miles an hour, powering through.
Yeah, he sprinted at me. I'm like, can I help you? And he just took off down past the creek, past the bridge, and just he was gone. He was gone, Nick.
Yes, he was. Um, it was good weather. It was just so hot.
Yeah,
It is
hot weekend.
summertime, but there was a lot of trees. It was really good. But even making the trip out to Cecil really goes to show that friendships go a long way, and you will do anything. I will personally do anything for Alk, given everything he's contributed to Steel City and to Jagoffs, and I will definitely make the trip, even if it's spending about 2 hours on the bus.
Yeah, same here. That's why I made the trip out there, even though I had an awful weekend, actually. My car decided to break down on me twice in 2 days last week. I finally got it fixed and back at the house today, so the Jagoff driver is up and running. But you know better than anybody, Nick, I have the worst luck when it comes to cars. So, car issues aside, I had a great weekend outside of that. I mean, I was using my mom's car for most of the time. Thursday night, went to Thursday night fights. Friday, me and my sister worked on the 4th of July. First year I didn't get to see fireworks in a while, but I definitely heard them. They were loud as hell.
You're definitely a firework, though.
Uh, yeah, but we had to work actually on Friday, which kind of stinked, but it was an easy shift. I moved the tree and then I moved rocks. So I just kind of was outside the whole time in the sun. I got a nice tan from it. And then we went up to camp, and I was supposed to be at camp for the weekend and then come home for a wrestling event on Saturday out in Millvale. But I already felt bad enough that I couldn't do Lucas's grad party, so I got permission from my mom since I was borrowing her car, of course. And I was like, hey, is there any way that I can make a trip out to Cecil? I'll leave camp early, go at least hang out for an hour just to see all my buddies, support Lucas, and then I can go out to wrestling. And it worked out perfectly, actually. I did make a mistake. I didn't tell you this on the phone. Probably shouldn't be saying this here on camera. I kind of dented my mom's car, actually.
Uh,
I hit a mailbox. I backed into a mailbox.
did,
Yeah, that was a
did she know about this?
yeah. I told her I'm not gonna lie to her. I'm not gonna
Oh,
reveal it on Steel City.
well, I don't know
But
about
yeah,
you. I don't know about you. Let's just be
well, you
honest
know,
here.
in my defense, when I back up my car, it beeps like as you're about to hit
Hers
something. So I
doesn't
just
beat.
had to. Hers doesn't beep. So when I saw it on the camera, I thought I was still in the clear, and then all I hear is a dunce. I'm like, oh, that's a mailbox. So then I went, whoo, and I went my ass to Millvale. But
Which
yeah,
mailbox did
that
you hit?
some house in Cecil. Let's just say that.
Oh my God.
But no, in all seriousness, outside of the little mailbox incident and the other stuff, I went to enjoy wrestling on Saturday for the first time. I ran ringside cable, front row. I got to see my buddy Andrew Palace there. I got to see some of the 880 wrestlers, some of the IWC wrestlers. So it was a great event. Shout out to Sorg for inviting me. I was very happy with those opportunities as well. But yeah, great weekend. I got to get my car back. I had a doctor's appointment earlier in the week and back here on the summer grind.
Summer of Grind has never stopped, even though if I'm forgetting half of what's happening.
The grad party was great though. Great food. I ate the food on the way home. It was nice.
It was so hot to eat. I mean, I ate what I could. I definitely could have ate a lot more. I did have some of the desserts. Whoever made these cookies, they were good. But of course, Austin, I'm always messy with cookies, and I had the damn white powdered sugar all over me at the end.
Oh my God.
But it was good. The creek, I could have really went for a nice play with the creek.
Not that one. That one's nasty. Have you seen that? You seen that dirty water?
It was nice and blue, crystal blue for you.
Yeah, crystal blue. It looked polluted. What are you talking about, crystal blue?
Well, you and all them polluted activities, you hitting mailboxes really contribute to polluting
It-
lakes, and streams,
the
and
mailbox was not damaged. I got out and looked at the mailbox. It was just a car.
how did you dent a mailbox in Cecil? It was at a local park. Where in the hell were you at?
Okay, so again, I'm not going to go into too much details, but let's just say this. I was trying to stop and surprise my cousins before I came there, and I turned down on one of their neighborhood roads, and I was on a road that I was a little unfamiliar with. So when I was backing up and doing a 3-point turn, again, I underestimated me backing the car up, and the beeper didn't happen. Stop trying to get me arrested, damn it.
And this is why,
Mailbox is fine. I got out and looked at the mailbox. I wasn't going to flee the scene if it was damaged.
and this is why your license needs to be revoked.
It was a little dent.
I
It's a
think
dent the
we,
size of my index finger.
I think we need instant analysis from Cindy herself on her reaction to finding out that you dented her car. I think that would be great commentary.
See, I do it to myself. I shouldn't even say anything.
Well, I was going to find out eventually.
Yeah, and then you would have brought up on
Whatever
here.
happens in the dark always comes to light. Feels like
Oh, I know. You
that's a
constantly
Dar,
remind.
wait, that's a Darman reference.
Oh my God, this guy. I don't want to hear you make fun of my mailbox. You ever hear referencing Darman of all people? Darman. Oh my God, I'm not going to hat off. Darman.
Whatever happens in the dark always comes to light.
You got issues.
Me,
Well, yes, you.
I'm just bringing the viewers up to speed on different references and giving you whatever happens in the dark always comes to light.
The only references you bring up is you gambling all your money at bingo and scratch offs, you making fun of me for my New York incident, and your damn Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Those are the three things that you constantly spew on this podcast.
Oh, and then that you drink every night and are ready to get drunk?
That's not true. Don't listen to Nick.
Yes, it is.
That is not
You have
true.
one icy light left, and you're so damn worried about to drink it because you have nothing else to drink in that damn house.
Yes, I do. I got Coke, I got Pepsi, I got water,
Well, then
iced tea.
drink the damn icy and get over with it.
I'm not work tomorrow. I'm not drinking no icy light.
You
I'll
drink
save.
any other night. What else is different?
That's not true. That's not true. Oh my God, this guy.
Okay. Tell it to your
Oh,
doctor when you gave him the look today.
such an asshole.
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Oh my God, I'm about to slap that Ocean City right off your shirt if you keep it up.
Whatever happens in the dark always comes to light,
All right. Anyway, want to talk about the big thing from this past weekend?
which
How
was
about good old Wes Barkley? Most
that is a
recent
thing.
interview.
Yes, on two Jagoffs.
Yeah, second professional wrestler that ever joined the podcast. What an episode it was. Shout out to him for posting it everywhere. X, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, this guy's everywhere with reposting everything, even taking his own stuff and shouting us out. So I truly appreciate it. But you're the interview guy, Nick. It's interview Sunday. I know you probably had your coffee somewhere. What'd you think? Break it down.
I really liked the interview. I was engaged the whole time. Wes came in with a Pittsburgh summer look. He was literally in a beater, jeans, his sunglasses. He had a lot of drinks. I think he had coffee and water. He was ready to go. He had a good history, a good breaking down of all the segments you guys talked about of his career, how he got into wrestling, and what he's doing today. I believe I rated this interview a 9 out of 10. I think it was 9 out of 10. Was it a 9
Yes,
out?
nine.
9 out of 10.
Nine.
There wasn't nothing wrong with the interview. It was just pickles. Not a big pickles fan. That like, come on. Palace is not happy about that from what I understand.
Andrew Palace's death, but respectfully, I don't give a damn about him and his pickles. We're not talking about no pickles over here.
Whoa, you were striking some nerves.
I am striking some nerves. I do not like pickles. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's LK. I don't care if it's Palace. I don't care if it's anybody. No, no pickles will be going anywhere near me. No
Yes,
pickles.
yes, they will be. You will be eating pickles very shortly. Um,
We'll
it
see.
it was a very good interview though. Really enjoyed Wes. He brought the energy. He couldn't match Palace energy, but he brought the energy. And I think you contributed to a lot of it. Again, the interview was amazing. You stayed on track the whole time. You didn't have to reel him in. Wes really enjoyed being there. I could tell he was just so hyped up, and I think we need some more Wes Barkley energy, Wes Barkley interviews. Really would love for him to come back in the next few months at the end of the wrestling era, like when wrestling starts to die down for the winter. Really just give his thoughts in the overall wrestling season and what's to come on WWE, IWC, wherever he wrestles at, just to give his thoughts into the upcoming year because I really want to hear about his expectations and what he wants to improve on for the years to come.
For sure. And he'll be competing for the tag team championships actually this Saturday. Him and Derek Dillinger taking on the foundation for the IWC tag title. So he's looking for his rematch. He was champs for a while. Maybe he'll win some gold back after an interview. Who knows?
He could, but definitely would love to have him on along with Palace because I think Palace could provide some great insight into the end
On what?
of his wrestling of this wrestling
Oh, on
season,
Steel City? Or
just in general, just having
oh,
yeah, just getting Andrew and Wes back on at the end of this wrestling season just to kind of give their thoughts on how they thought they performed versus maybe their expectations and what their goals are into the next and upcoming seasons.
yeah, no, I love Wes Barkley to death. He's an incredible guy. I mean, I say this a lot about the professional wrestling community. Wrestlers are some of the most down to earth people. Because again, you got to remember, they're playing a character mostly at the end of the day. They're playing what's called a heel, which is a bad guy, and a face, which is a good guy. And Barkley is mostly a heel in a lot of the businesses that I worked with him in, mostly IWC. He's always been a heel character, but even he talked about over in Cleveland and AIW and some of the other promotions he competes in, he's looked at as the face because, again, he's a Cleveland native. That's his hometown, his home territory. So when he's there, he's praised, but when he's on the road more and he's here in Pittsburgh, he's kind of looked down upon. And that's all for obvious reasons because he's the bad guy, he's a wrestler. And that's cool that you can kind of play into both characters. And we saw a little bit of that throughout the interview, but we got a really nice, genuine side of him. He was great. He gave me some good advice. He actually brought one of his social media guys with me, got some extra bonus content. I talked with him for a little while. I have personally no complaints whatsoever. I think this was a really good one. I agree with your statement that I don't think it's my best. I still like Andrew Palace and Roger Lenhart slightly more. I will put this one above Josh Getzoff easily. I'll put this one above Bill Hillgrove. I'll put this one above Keaton Warner. And it's no disrespect to any of those guys. Those were all 10 out of 10 interviews in my opinion too. I give a lot more 10s than you do just because I genuinely enjoyed the conversation. But this is an easy 10 out of 10 for me. I respect the 9 out of 10 as well because, again, yes, it's technically not as good as the other ones, but 50 minutes of pure wrestling, entertainment, and value. It got great feedback. Right now, we're sitting at a little over 11K on all socials, so I'll take it.
I think this is what interview 18 that you have done for Two Jagoffs.
This is interview number 19.
19. Out of 19, I think I've only given 3 10 out of 10s, 4 10 out of 10s.
I got the little list right here. I'll actually take a look. You have one, two, three, three 10 out of 10s.
10 out of 10. So it's not bad because I don't know if anybody knows, but behind the scenes too, on Sundays after the interview comes out, I have about an hour and 15 to kind of listen, to kind of watch the interview. Given these are on most of these interviews are on camera, and I kind of break it down, kind of grade Austin, I kind of grade the guest, and there's a lot into the grading. So just because I give it a 9 out of 10, an 8 out of 10, there's a lot of factors that go into the grading of how well Austin does to prepare, how he does on camera. Is he focused? Is he zoned in? How the guest does, how the guest shows up, how the recording goes. And there's a lot of things that I look at, personally, and making the connections. And so out of these 19 interviews, there have only been 3 10 out of 10s. And that's actually not bad because Austin knows that I don't give many 10 out of 10s. And so giving a 10 out of 10 to a few different guests really goes to show that they are like these guests want to be on two Jagoffs and are more gonna eventually kind of come back. And 10 out of 10s can't be out of the question. If you score 9 out of 10, that's really good.
Yeah, I was just about to say I got four 9 out of 10s and one 9.5 out of 10 as well.
Yes, 9.5. I'm very picky, but again, we always do this too after every interview. I think Austin and I always like to give conservative feedback, consecutive feedback, just nitpicky feedback because in our career it eventually will help us down the line.
No, I totally agree with you on that. And that's why I truly appreciate the phone calls that we have together. And that's why I love having you on as an honorary Jagoff now, because the term honorary Jagoff doesn't mean you just come on for a special every once in a while. It means you help out a lot behind the scenes too. You're kind of giving good feedback. You're trying to help grow the podcast a little bit. As crazy as Mr. Jack Dean is, he's actually provided some good insight behind the scenes. He's listened back to some episodes. He's gave his thoughts on stuff. Not as in depth as you have recently, but he's done that before, and he's brought more of a comedic value to it. It kind of brought Lucas and myself out of the shell, rather of just us debating sports and being able to debate broader topics, which is nice. Make it a little fun, little interesting. With you, it's nice because you're kind of in the same field I'm in. I'm more sports, you're more finance and political, but we are still able to break down, okay, this is how I talked in this interview. This is how I presented myself versus how the guests presented themselves. And do they actually want to be here? And I think I speak for the both of us when I say out of all 19 interviews, I don't think there was a single interview where it seemed like the guest didn't want to be there. I mean, there was times where the guest was monotone. There was times the guest didn't give good answers. But I don't think there was ever a time where you could tell the guest was just doing it just to do it. Like every guest actually took the time out of their day to get at least 40 minutes to an hour and a half of content.
Yeah, and some of those people are probably wondering why not all interviews were 10 out of 10. A lot of those interviews too were Zoom, and that also goes into a
Yeah.
factor of being a time constraint. 40 minutes sometimes isn't enough, but by the time you get logged into Zoom, you start the meeting and you kind of get into the nick of thing. That's already 30, 35. That's already 5 minutes in. So you're left with about 30, 35 minutes. And you don't want to go up to the harsh of it right when it says you have 1 minute left to kind of wrap the interview. When we get the 10-minute warning, that's kind of like the nick of things to kind of wrap up and bring things back home. So you can give the guest about 2 to 4 minutes himself to kind of wrap up, and then you give yourself as the host about 2 to 4 minutes to wrap up and give to talk about preview and stuff. So again, if these interviews were in person, they probably would score a lot higher. Not essentially a 10 out of 10, but I don't want to spoil it, but are some interviews coming up in the next few weeks that could potentially be getting some 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, the next 2 weeks of interviews are actually going to be co-interviews. I will be co-interviewing one on Sunday. I'm not going to spoil who is co-interviewing it with me and who is the guest. And then the following Sunday, someone else is co-interviewing, which I'll just say that one. It's going to be you, but we'll talk about that guest later on. Me and you will be co-interviewing a two Jagoffs guest. And that'll be the following Sunday. So these next couple Sundays is going to be a bit of a nice experiment for the podcast. And then after that, we actually have a Point Park student who will be joining us, another sports comm student. So I'm looking forward for that one. But we're actually I'm gonna make a quick announcement. We're gonna be doing another episode probably right before the semester starts in August. Kind of like what me and you did last time, Nick, on my YouTube channel, where we went through and we recapped all the interviews and we gave gradings on it. We went up until, was it Sam Bigham or Teresa Cale Smith? I think,
I
or
want
was
to
it
say Sam
Kulik?
Bigham.
Okay. Well, I could have sworn it was Cale Smith, but it was either Cale Smith or Bigham. But anyway, we're gonna pick up right around there, the Cale Smith and Kulik interview. We'll start from there. We'll talk about Rogers, we'll talk about Wes's, we'll talk about the upcoming interviews, and we're gonna do that all in one big episode again, and it's gonna be more in depth because we do like a little mini recap here on Steel City. But I think both of us enjoy the longer form content of it too, where we're not really as constrained. So we'll
Yeah.
be doing that real soon.
Right. And we know that the semester is going to be coming really quickly because once I go on vacation, I come back and it is going to be August already. And that leaves about 24 days, including the weekend, to get back into the nick of things. And we are hoping, if everything works out, is Austin and myself and Lucas are going to do hopefully one episode, us three together, kind of easing the semester in and talking about what we're hopeful and what we're going to probably be aiming for this semester at Point Park, given this is going to be the year of the draft, and that's really going to put a lot of nicks and crinks into a few things, not only for us, but that also could probably create a lot of opportunities for both platforms or both podcasts, but also the internships and different experiences that we may be able to gain this upcoming year.
Couldn't agree more with that. Couldn't agree more. And I'll tell you this, we're gonna slowly go from the summer of grind
To the
into
semester of grind.
the autumn of opportunities.
Oh, I like that. The autumn of opportunities. And what's the winter going to be?
Uh, we'll get to that. We're gonna think of something. We'll think of something. But no, it's gonna be the autumn of opportunities. No using AI. I see your brain over there thinking of going to AI to look up some
No,
names.
me. How would you know that?
I see that smirk on your face, damn it. I saw what you're about to do. You're like, oh, let me chat GPT some ideas real quick, like wonderful winter or something.
Me, I would never do such a thing. I think you have the wrong Nick Brown.
Oh, the raw Nick Brown. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at Elvis right now over here.
I was Prince. I've upgraded to Elvis. What's after Elvis? What's the next stage?
Well, if you grow your hair out long enough, you might be MJ.
Michael Jackson. Oh boy.
Yeah, good old Michael Jackson. Hey, all three of those artists are amazing. So, do you got a Christmas coffee mug? Is that what I just saw?
The Nutcracker
Oh
mug.
my
Yes.
God. It's July. You got two nutcrackers on your damn coffee mug in July. You have an Ocean City t-shirt and a Christmas coffee mug. Oh my gosh.
Here's to some winter coffee, some pumpkin spice already.
You got pumpkin spice at a Christmas coffee mug.
No, I don't have pumpkin spice, but I'm just saying, I'm like ready for pumpkin spice. I'm ready for the autumn of opportunities.
In all fairness, me too. Me too. I
This
love
was when
autumn.
we went to go see the Nutcracker, I think in December. I don't remember. Are you making fun of me for my damn coffee mugs now?
I'm not trying to. It's just I saw the nutcracker. I'm like, is this the guy really have a Christmas coffee mug?
Yes, I do. I'll pull out a Halloween one for you next episode.
I love Halloween, so I wouldn't complain.
I
All
have
right,
a
so let's
Christmas.
talk.
I have everything that you need to know.
Well, we have a lot of interesting stuff coming up these next couple weeks. You kind of mentioned it before. I will be going on vacation next week, and then you will be going on vacation the 2 weeks following. So I was going to share my vacation story real quick, and then you can share yours. And I know when we come back, we'll probably do a big recap on all the stuff we did, but I will be returning to Erie this summer. It's our second year in a row going. We went last year for a couple days. We went to Waldemere, Lake Erie, just kind of, hit all the stuff up there, all the sites. This year we're doing something a little different though. My mom has a whole week she has to legally take off for her job because she works at a bank. So you have to have at least one full week off. And we always try and do something that's like, all four of us can go. The thing that sucks is though this weekend I have IWC, so I really can't go anywhere this weekend. But on early Monday morning, we'll be leaving to go to Splash Lagoon, which I went to Splash Lagoon a couple years ago and it's beautiful up there. I love it. We're gonna stay overnight at Splash Lagoon, and then we have to be out there by 3 o'clock. Out there by 11 a.m. We'll spend all day there, and then at 3 o'clock we'll arrive at Lake Erie at one of the Cobblestone hotels. We'll be there for the next 3 days. We're gonna hit Lake Erie one day, Waldemere one day, and then hit a couple of other sites: Sunset Cruise, Arts and Crafts, fairs, you name it. We're gonna do all that fun jazz up there, and then we'll be coming home late Friday night to where then I will be calling a wiffle ball tournament out in Washington, PA on that Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to miss camp, unfortunately, but it's going to be a nice, fun, relaxing weekend. Unfortunately, my last 2 days in Erie is going to be revolved around me posting two Jagoffs, posting Steel City, and preparing for a wiffle ball tournament. But in all honesty, I'm going to be on the beach. I'm going to be relaxing. I'm going to get a tan. I'm not complaining. I'm looking forward to it. But I know you have a big trip as well coming up.
Can I comment on the tan part? I think both of us have been getting tanned, given the damn heat in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, when I was moving that tree on 4th of July, I took my I don't like doing this at work because I want to try and stay professional, but I took my shirt off outside. I was like, it's too hot. I was shirtless and they saw me on camera. I'm like, hey, sorry, Dawn, I gotta take my shirt off. It's too damn hot out here. It's 95 degrees.
Understandable. I could have probably got a nice tan on Saturday at the grad party, given it was 87, almost 90.
Well, good thing Mr. Smallsteer over in Millville had a nice AC unit, so I was fine over there.
But yes, as you said, I will be going on vacation. I will be going in July, end of July, 20th through the 31st, going to South Carolina for a few days, and then going to Destin, Florida. Really looking forward to getting out of Pennsylvania and actually getting to the beach, getting to Florida. I just know that if I don't bring no damn sunscreen, I will probably be a lobster in the end.
You don't tan good?
I do, but then it's just like I just need to put some. Well, yes, I tan good, but also I don't. I also burn very easily too, and
Uh,
I have to try and pick up some ladies at Point Park this next semester because I'm lonely as hell, and I just have to be sure that my tan is the perfect color.
Hold on. I just gotta process what you just said. I'm sorry.
I mean, you are lonely too, so it definitely would hurt, but
I mean, you got a point. You're not lying. I mean, I'll probably be right there in that same boat with you, but my God,
say
you're
fair.
really speaking your mind tonight, Nick.
Maybe it's this damn coffee. I don't know what I put in it.
You got something in there.
You probably poisoned it for all I know. Now, when you put some icy light in here, no wonder why it tastes funky.
What's wrong with icy light?
You could have sabotaged my coffee.
I'm more of a Miller guy, but icy's not bad.
But I'm just telling you how I feel. You never know what's going on in downtown. My God.
That is true. That is true. Well, I feel like this is a good segue then into our final thing that we're going to talk about before we get into sports. I was going to say it for the end of the episode, but in all honesty, it's going to make more sense to talk about it now. We got a lot of big guests come up these next couple weeks, and I'll pass this over to you in a second, Nick. You can give your opinion on it as well. But for the listeners out there, Steel City commuters, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently these next couple weeks. So, like I said, this is our last week where both of us are actually in Pittsburgh. Both of us are here. We're on Zoom. We're talking sports. We're talking whatever. Next week, I'll be in Erie. We do have a pre-recorded episode of Steel City, though. We're not going to miss any weeks. It's the summer of grind, damn it. We're not going to miss a week. So next week, my dad officially will be joining the Steel City Commuters podcast for the first time in the Media Hub. That episode will be coming out this upcoming Wednesday, a week from today. Then the following Wednesday, we actually have another very special guest. That will be Nick's first vacation day in Florida. So we have a pre-recorded episode with a fellow student at Point Park. Let's just say that. And he's going to be joining us that Wednesday. And then the following Wednesday after that, Nick will still be on vacation. So we'll be posting a bonus episode that me and Nick's actually going to be cutting later this week in Steel at the Media Hub. So you'll just have to wait for that. And then, of course, first week in August, when both of us are back in town and we're both ready to go, we both have some nice ass tans. We will be talking on Zoom about our vacations and about those episodes. But yeah, that's pretty much these next couple weeks. We're gonna be looking forward to it. Summer of grind, baby.
Can I just say that the one interview I actually broke our guest because of my comments. That's
Yes, it's the same kind of comments you made in today's episode.
why I bring the views, baby.
Well, since Zoom time constraints is already catching up to us, we're not going to talk about the NFL news segment we had. There was really nothing too important. We were going to cover Cavante Turpin and Omar Khan, but
Hey,
let's just say
you're
this.
picking on the damn Cowboys, so let's not talk about it instead.
We won't talk about the Cowboys and Steelers, but we do want to talk some Buccos to end off today's episode because it's been a while since we talked about the Pirates, and I feel like this could take us to the wrapping up segment of our episode today. Nick, I mean, Paul Skeens named to the All-Star game again, but I mean, outside of that, this team has been so 50-50. They went from a 6-game winning streak to losing 2 games in the Marlins to just losing time and time. I mean, like, what's going on with the Pirates right now? Break down the Pittsburgh Pirates for us.
They are the first back-to-back MLB history, first team in MLB history to have back-to-back series of 3+ games with a sweep of shutouts for and against in each other per Optastats. The Pirates have been so up and down the past few weeks. They had a sweep, then they got swept. They sweep again, they got swept. And now they're just like 50-50 falling apart. I think they lost yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And did they play yet today? If so, I think they were losing too when I saw.
They swept. They got swept by the Mariners. They didn't score a damn thing in any of those games. They lost 6-0, 1-0, and 1-0. Before that, they didn't give up a single run. They won 5-0, 1-0, and 7-0 against the Cardinals. And then the series before that was their historic series they had against the Mets, where they won 12-1, 9-2, and 9-1. As of right now, at the time of this recording, obviously this episode is going to be coming out on Wednesday. This was pre-recorded on a Monday. It is the bottom of the seventh right now, 8-2 against the Kansas City Royals. They also have a game on Tuesday and Wednesday night. So it's not looking too good right now at the start of the series, but they're in one right now with the Royals.
Can we just ask a question here? I think it's a
Yeah.
valid question. Paul Skeens being taken on after 78 pitches, like I'm confused. He's in total command of the game, and then he's just pulled for no damn reason. I don't understand the logic of this team and this management, honestly.
I'll tell you what, I don't understand it either. I get where they're coming from because you're giving pitchers a rest. You don't want to waste them, and you want to give out the closers a chance and get some of the other pitchers in the rotation. But at the end of the day, I mean, if Paul Skeens is killing it right then and there, why would you not keep him in the game? If he's the one bright spot in this pile of darkness that you have, why are you not taking advantage of it? Why are you not showcasing that talent more? Why are you not feeding Paul Skeens more, sending him on the mound more? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'll tell you what, though, Paul Skeens is a generational talent. He has been lights out this year, as he has been the last 2 years that we've seen him in the major leagues. But at the end of the day, if they don't give him that max contract that he deserves, you best better believe the Pirates are going to be set back probably another decade or so. Paul Skeens is doing great things for us. Well deserved for the All-Star announcement. But outside of that, it's a total train wreck when we look at the Pirates, man. I mean, I don't see the Royals series being a success. I don't see the Minnesota Twins series being a success later this weekend. And then next week against the White Sox, you got 3 games in a row. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday of July 18th, 19th, and 20th. We'll see how that pans out. I'll be calling a wiffle ball tournament 2 of those days, so I'm not going to be watching the White Sox. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's not looking good. Not at all.
I just don't understand how you can go and support this team. My God, it's like watching paint dry every other day.
Well, tell
After,
Bob Nutting to sell the team.
well, I think it was you had a Goodyear blimp. I think the first home opener
Yeah.
and practically got nowhere. I mean, they got a new coach, but yeah, he's from Point Park. Still hasn't really proved much.
Yeah, I love me some Don Kelly, but I'll be honest, it's not. I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing with Derek Shelton, same thing with Clint Hurdle. I mean, nothing's really changed,
If
honestly.
if we can get Don Kelly on this podcast, definitely would love to press him on
Press
all
him.
things.
Why do you want to press people all the time? Why can't we just talk to him?
Do you really have to go there?
Yes, you're always pressing people. You're pressing me. You're pressing LK. You're pressing Kevin.
I want to grill his ass. Put it that way.
Oh.
I'll just say it that way then.
All right, so you want to go get ladies at Point Park this semester. You want to grill Don Kelly, and you want to expose me for my activities that I do in my personal time.
Personal time, yeah, that I'm affected by.
How are you affected by it?
Did you end up talking to me all night then after you're drunk? You really want to continue to dig this hole for you?
I don't know what hole I'm digging. I mean, you have no filter tonight. No filter Nick. That's what we're gonna call you tonight. NFN. No filter Nick.
Well, you want me to ever have filter? Because then that's not the true Nick Brown.
All right, well, we have 4 minutes. Let's get unfilter on this real quick then. Omar Khan, give me a quick, speedy reaction to it. 3-year deal, yay or nay?
Another lifeless, hopeless deal. Another one I could grill.
You don't like Omar Khan?
No. What has he done for the Steelers? I'll wait. You tell me one thing that he's done in the last since he's been here. What has he done for the Steelers that have made them Super Bowl contending team?
Hey, I've been trying to say that for years, Nick, and I've been getting grilled myself for it, so I'm glad someone else can actually speak
I
positively
mean, I
on
don't know
that
what the
from
hell we're waiting for with TJ Watt. Like, this is ridiculous. We waited till after the trade deadline and after the draft to bring in Aaron Rodgers, and we had the whole saga. We have
Yes.
Fitzpatrick out of here. We have George Pickens out of here. And TJ Watt is on the verge of going to another team. How in the hell can you be this competent and still have a job? I don't get it.
I don't get it either, Nick. I will say this. Some of the moves that he made throughout the last 2 years benefited the teams in the sense that they filled the holes needed, but they didn't necessarily make that big move that takes you over the top and allows you to compete with Baltimore and Cincinnati. And until you can do that, you're not going to be back in the title picture anytime soon. So I fully agree with you on that.
I mean, we have a coach that literally runs the same damn plays every other play, and it's so predictable that you're going to run the damn ball. So it's not even like, why even have a head coach at this point?
Yeah, I don't understand. They got to do something. They got to mix some things up. Well, let's end off this episode on more of a positive note. I would like to say, I wish you nothing but the best these next couple weeks. I hope you enjoy yourself in Florida and South Carolina.
You two
Um,
up in Erie, you're going
oh,
to have
good.
a fun time.
I will. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be nice to
Splash
spend some time with the family.
Lagoon is the best. Let's just say that I
Dude, I
have.
love it.
Well, honestly, I have a quick story with a minute left. We were
Go right
riding
ahead.
by and there was a car wash, and we were on the way to Splash Lagoon, and we did like a circle round. So I yelled out the window as we were going by, "This is the car for Splash Lagoon," and the car is leaving right now. Splash
Love
Lagoon
it.
is the best. I love everything about Splash Lagoon. I could be there for days. Literally, that water, even though some people think it's cold, that water, once it gets so hot in there, it's like that warm water. So it's like once you get hit with water, it's not cold, and it's just Splash Lagoon is the best.
It's like bathwater. It's soothing.
They have a hot tub and everything.
Oh, I'm going to be in that hot tub. I'll be
They,
in that hot tub with my AirPods, listen to music,
they even have a section of 21 years and older.
which I can finally go to.
Let's just say that I snuck in there.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
All right. Well, I'll be there this upcoming week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning into yet another episode of the Steel City Commuters. This was more of a laid back episode, just us BSing. There he goes, chugging that nutcracker coffee. But thank you all so much for tuning into yet another episode of the Steel City Commuters. I'll be on vacay, Nick will be on vacay, and you guys will have 3 interviews in the coming weeks. Until next time, we will see you all on the next one. Peace.